Hi, how are you, everybody? Let me know, please, if you are watching me, so we can be sure I am in the right setup. Um, okay, today is Saturday, 12. It's supposed to give a workshop at 6th Street Center, Lower East Side. But under the circumstances with the coronavirus everywhere, we decide to move to different satellites homes to work and give this workshop to the volunteers, to our friends, to our family, and try to share some tips so you can maybe get an ideas how we can work at home and something fun for a little while. But the purpose of this workshop is make the people aware. So Earth Celebration is working for 30 years or more. Felicia Young is the founder and director of the organization, and at the beginning I started with the Lower East Side community garden. So make the people aware how important was preserve that garden for all the community in that area. So Felicia was fighting for a long time. And let me see. Okay, please give me a feedback if you are seeing this video. I don't want to waste the time if I'm not really connected. So, but today I'm going to give this workshop for 1 hour, and I'm going to show these pieces. What I did during the week was continue making layers of paper mache. That was after the last Saturday session. So I made 7 layers per each of 2 pieces I showed before. And this piece here is the 3rd piece. I was kind of worried if the piece was cracked after a while if I didn't put paper mache, but was pretty good. The face was good, and the thing I did was change a little bit the side of the face. This side show a little more like dramatic situation if we get too much water. I need some feedback again if you are watching this video. Well, here I'm going to try to change the position of this camera so you can read with me. Okay, so the name of this character is Climate Water. Climate Water. Yeah? I hope you could read. It's very difficult too. Okay, now that is much better. Climate Water. What happened in this design is climate water, global warming impacts the water, yes? So one side, my left side, show what happened when the water evaporate. More water evaporate on lands and ocean, warming the atmosphere, holding more water, increasing precipitation and flooding. Light is not very good, I'm sorry. The setup, light, is kind of challenging here. What happened also is some other areas will have less precipitation, leaving arid areas increasingly dry. So that is the design here, where you can see fires and you see the tree. I try to design according to the explanation what mean this concept climate water. More fires, dry lands, and more precipitation in some areas, you see. Okay, that is the explanation of this piece. So I work a little bit in fix the expression of this face, because this area is more dramatic. The right area you cannot see very good, but I already took some pictures, so you can go to Earth Celebration page and you can see the picture of both sides of this face. Now I am ready to go to next step, which is adding Vaseline. What I did here also, I realized yesterday, and I also took picture, and I will post today on the page, Earth Celebration page. The thing I did also was enlarge a little more the front head, was short here, and was a right time to correct it. And again, please give me a feedback if you are seeing this video. Okay, so I make a little more bigger the front head, and I add some cardboard. If you see here cardboard in this area, I add in all around from the top to the bottom, because we need to make this side a little more straight. Was coming inside, and that is very hard when we have to take the copy in paper mache. So it's very important, don't go too deep in certain areas, because it's very hard and you can break the piece. It's hard taking off the mold. So after adding more clay, I remade some areas. So for example, I think we have to use a certain concept. When you think about what is a friendly line, or what is a rough and complicated situation through lines, what you can do through lines when you make a drawing. For example, how you can express soft and gentle design in the face, maybe the line needs to be not too rough, not too ups and down, in the way I'm making here, for example, like zigzag lines for the rough and struggle, I can say, the struggle phase. I will show later what I mean, so you can understand better what are the elements, how I can use in terms of drawing different elements, in terms of, for example, how I can express gently areas, and how I can express rough and dramatic and critical situation through a drawing. So because at the beginning, even if we are making a piece of clay 3D, we have to always think about 2D in terms of designs, lines, and shapes. This is the thing I teach my volunteers to do before go to the real phase. Later I'm going to explain how we resolve to make all this phase in the way looks like symmetrical sometimes, but at the same time with different expression, yes. But it's hard at the beginning, especially when we are working with many people. It's hard to deal with one piece. So we have usually like 5 people working on the table, one here in the corner where I am, and 2 more people here in the side, even more, 6 people working in one piece. So this year I did something different in terms of how make this phase and make everybody enjoy working in just one phase. It's hard, it's challenging, but I think all the pieces got very good in terms of location of the element, like the eyes, where the eyes are, where are the nose. We didn't have any problem since the beginning. Add all these elements, not like adding eyes and eyebrows and nose and mouth. It's just adding geometry elements, like, okay, what shape you want the eyes? Oval. But first we divide all the clay in certain segments, like when you do a face drawing, yes, you divide, and so there are certain rule about how is the proportion of the face, and we use the same idea. But I didn't allow my volunteers to go directly to what kind of nose they want to do, or what kind of eyes they want, almond eyes, or they want a little more circle eyes. No, that wasn't allowed this year. This year was allowed to do just geometry shapes. For example, for nose, what is the thinking about geometry? What is the geometry shape connected with the nose? It's a triangle, true? It's a triangle. So define where you are going to add the triangle in the semicircle piece of clay. That was the thing I did with my volunteers. I still don't know if somebody is watching this video, but probably yes, I'm okay, I'm still alive. Okay, like I was saying, the thing I was thinking to do this later, but let me explain a little bit. At the beginning, we have the clay. First session was, okay, made the structure using a container, adding clay. But the way we adding clay was just adding clay and make semicircle structure on clay, just semicircle. So they, at the beginning, was hard for, especially the volunteers came on other years. They were ready to just follow the idea of the drawings and start adding clay, but it was hard in that way because sometimes we didn't add too much clay and was too flat, and we have to remake again all the nose and the eyes and make pop up over the design the volunteer made before. So it was like one wasting time, and another one I didn't think was the best way to do in terms of saving time and saving material. And I think this year the volunteer enjoy a little more about this because I explained them we will start from zero, from just a piece of clay. But the clay needed to be in this way. Why? Because it's the closer shape connected with the face. So the thing we did this year was different. We didn't add clay to make the face. The thing was carving. We carved the clay in the way we can get all the element of the face. So, for example, very interesting because when I asked them which one is the part, higher part on the face, is the nose, yes? So here, for example, the nose can be around here, yes? Yeah, the nose can be around here. So they already, inside this block of clay, they had the nose already. So the thing they need to do was just carve, eliminate extra clay. So this is supposed to be the top in here. So carving, take off all of this, and here also was part of for make the mouth, carving, take all of this, and here I'm going to do that. And in terms of the eye, carving, go inside with the tool, take off the clay. So the part, you see all this here, I hope you can follow me, but all this was the clay I have in the big structure. All this in red was out. Yeah? So this is the way we did this year. Take off the clay from the structure, the semicircle structure. Before was adding clay. It was slower process. And all the time we have to correct it. And because in the workshop, the volunteers are changing session by session. So if they couldn't finish in the session, for example, number 2, another volunteers came session number 3, and they restart again with another idea of the face. So was very very hard to get a good result. Yeah. So but now just in the one session they had a chance to make actually the face, and they did super good. So now this clay is in very good condition now. So the next step is adding Vaseline. This is very disorganized studio. I don't know where I put the Vaseline. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is Vaseline, regular Vaseline, and you put here, put a big amount of Vaseline. You see how much I put here. Don't worry, it's better more than less, because if you ask me why you have to put Vaseline, because after adding Vaseline I will start making layers of paper mache. So the paper mache is a technique. We need to use glue to make all the layers stick together and finally get a cardboard. And if you don't put the Vaseline, the glue is going to be, glue on the paper is going to be sticky on the clay, and you cannot do anything after that. So remember, we are using the clay just to use. This has a mold. This is going to be a mold. Now, because the clay is in very good, I can go again and work on the details, redefine the areas. I use also some brush. I use the brushes. Okay, for areas like the eyes, you use the brush. Okay. Hi Lynn, how are you? I hope you are with your kids watching this video. Can you believe what we are doing right now, Lynn? Lynn Chevalier, she was a volunteer many years ago with their celebration. We worked together in the workshops, and she also worked a lot in the custom design workshop when we were working for the garden of the Lower East Side. civilization is for a long time ago. So like I said, I am adding Vaseline, a lot Vaseline in all the piece. And at the same time, I'm making these areas nice and smooth. This is a big head because we need to make an extension here, because that is the part we are going to add the trees and fire in these areas where I am adding the Vaseline. Here I have to make in this area the fire here, and in another area we have to make the sun. This is very relaxing process. If somebody never worked in this paper mache and modeling clay, I encourage to research a little bit and enjoy. You can make a very nice piece of work, from pottery to mask, copy objects, using the same technique. But never forget, you need to add, I like adding Vaseline. I like this process of touching the clay. I like texture, and you even don't have to use gloves. It's very clean material. Very important. And also important, add more Vaseline in the cardboard in this case. Where is no clay good, you can add also Vaseline, because it's going to be easy to take the piece off the table. Vaseline is super important here. Okay. Okay. Very important when you work in paper mache, it's important don't make too deep areas, because it's going to be hard to take the piece, and sometimes you break the piece just because you did deeper areas. Maybe I have to correct this and add a little more clay inside. It's always easy to show deepness, just painting dark inside. You don't have to really go too deep. This is part of the lips. Here, this piece has the contrast feeling. I'm adding, one side show teeth, this one, and another side is just gentle face. Okay, almost done. I hope I could talk with you guys, because we can at the same time exchange some experience doing. Maybe you are also an artist, of course, and maybe you have something to say about the process. You can share your own experience, but unfortunately technology has, in this case, some limitation. Even if it's super good, the chance to contact with everybody connected right now to Earth Celebration page. Okay, I think I did. I add mostly Okay. I have here in the top of the face an extension, but I'm going to do an adding Vaseline later because you cannot see much. And I just want to show the next step. Obviously, I'm not going to continue with this piece for a long time because it's a long process adding shapes of different cutting shape of papers adding to the face. But I just explained what is the next step. So this thing right now was a part of the session probably 3. Now we are in the session 5. Today I was supposed to finish all layers of paper, but I'm going to work hard in between today and tomorrow to be at the right time for the next step next week. We are working hard for May 10th. We don't know what is going to happen soon, for how long we are going to be working at home, but my idea is following the schedule I have in the regular workshop. Okay, done. For the people just enjoy right now the workshop today, so I was adding Vaseline. Why? Because I don't want to make the layers of paper attached to the clay piece. So now I already have some newspaper, piece of newspaper, and I'm going to show the technique and how make a paper mache technique in the cleaner way. So I have here the glue. This is gold paste paper. So I put some glue in my hands. I stick the paper and I add in one side to another side. So both sides need to be wet. Somebody to write something. Look fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, 2 pieces in this case. I recommend I start with the newspaper. I already explained it last time we met, but it's good repetition make better, yes? It's the thing I said to my kids in the schools. Okay. Big areas, no problem. You can put a big piece of paper. This is a small, but this is the idea. As soon you have the 2 side of the paper wet, you go and put on the face. It's with Vaseline, so it's going to be easy to take off. Right now it's wet, but when it's dry and all the layers, 7 layers, are going to be dry together, and when you pop up, you will get a piece of cardboard with the shape of the clay, the mold. So the second paper is next to another one, yes? Again, one side to another side, and one paper next to another one. And this is forever until you finish all the piece. One side to another side. Perfect. Important. for areas like this one, if you can see here, this is a thin curve, so you can do one side to another side, put wet, but please tear the paper in long rectangles. Much better if you put this in diagonal way. Yeah, for the newspaper it's easy, but sometimes when you use another paper a little thicker, it's hard to follow the shape we made. So we have one step is important, and the second step is also important. So step by step are all important. From the beginning, pay attention about how you are going to put the structure in the way it's in balance, is symmetrical, you make an oval face. Since the beginning to the end, you have to do your best. So again, this is a small piece. Don't go to the big pieces in small areas, because you have to manage in the way you follow the way you make with the clay. Okay, so that one I'm going to put a little more here, because with this is going to be the last time I'm going to, or I can show you how make paper mache, because for the next week all of this is going to be done with at least 7 layers. I like this. This is I fall in love with this thing. I have to tell you, I study art in Chile. I never feel like I was doing something interesting. Like I had a feeling, and all the time I question why I have to be in a sculpture. So I was like, I wasn't in love of the thing I was doing actually. I think I didn't find the passion in that times. But it was when I moved to Boston and I found these classes with my master, mentor, and professor, Eric Bornstein. He's a very important person to me, because he believed in and I think I didn't believe about myself actually. I think he saw me, this woman has some talent, and he encouraged me to do certain things. I was kind of worried about all the process of painting, and was a hard time to me. I enjoy very much working with 3D, with clay, making faces, but if he is watching this video, or if he see this video soon later, he will remember how I was getting always excuses to don't paint my mask. It was a hard time for me. So painting wasn't my field. Okay. Okay, why I am keeping adding newspaper right now? Because I want to show you. Imagine all this face is done, okay, with newspaper. Now what I do, and I go with another color of paper. There it is. Yeah, I have here brown paper. So like I said, for the big areas, I can use big paper. Now, if some volunteers are seeing this, they can remember the explanation. Yes, you get a piece of paper, but you have to stretch the paper and make softer because it's very hard, you know? Look the difference. That is the way, the good way. And here, I can repair a little bit and add. This is imagining I put all the newspaper on the face. So now, fingertip work. You have to feel the clay. And again, I'm going to repair up a little bit this, so I don't want to go over the clay because I need to put a newspaper. Okay, so for these areas, because this paper is big, is very soft now, you see? Diagonal way, not like this, diagonal way is better to go to the edge. Okay, so what happened next? Imagine I have all the brown paper done here. I'm going to another layer of paper. I do not use anymore newspaper. So I'm going now to take another color, and I'm going to use this now. Yeah? Why I switch color? I switch color because I need to know in what step I am. That is because sometimes we don't finish the layer in one time. Yes, so maybe you have to do another thing, and it's easy to stop in any moment and you can come back and continue and say, oh, now the next one is the pink color because I already put the brown color here. So again, in the top, the brown color, the pink color, I mean. Yeah, so one next to another one. It's a little more limited space because I didn't fill it up all with different colors. So I have here 3 layers: newspaper, brown, and the last one is pink. So we continue switching the paper. Next one is going to be brown, pink, brown, pink. And that is going to be 7 layers. This is the work I'm going to do after we finish the workshop. Wow, I cannot believe it's already 12:44. Okay, so next thing I want to show is this piece here. This piece. Oh. I'm going to try to take off the piece from the clay. So this piece is done with the 7 layers, and now so what I have to do, I have to pull little by little. You see I'm pulling. When we take too much time, the paper mache break very easy. This piece is called climate water. No, I'm sorry. This is carbon sequestration. It's carbon sequestration. Okay, now this this is going to be, wow. You see, do you want to see this? Ooh. Look, very good. We put a good enough amount of Vaseline so we didn't broke the paper mache piece, and this is the piece. You see? Nice piece. When I said to my volunteers, because some of them they didn't understand, they imagine in the parade we have to hold this big amount of clay. It's not true, because this is just the mold, yeah? But it's very, very good actually, very good. Look, inside the newspaper inside. Do you remember in another piece we add the newspaper first? Look, nice. This is the face. I'm so happy. So in some way I feel sorry, because the thing we have to do is break this first, clean the, we have to clean the Vaseline from here, because we want to reuse again. You know, it's very important, reuse the material. And the way why I buy this clay is because it's air dry, but when we don't need, we can just put in the plastic bag. Be sure we add amount of water regularly if it's dry, and come back again alive, and you can use. Okay, I have to take off the clay later, the Vaseline I mean. Okay, I use a spatula or something. I couldn't find the spatula. Oh, here is the spatula. Yeah. So this is the thing I have to do in certain areas. You see the Vaseline here? Yeah. So that is because if you mix and take all the clay and put in the plastic bag without taking the Vaseline, it's going to be very hard to work with this. And it's going to be hard to add the paper to the clay because it has a Vaseline. So the Vaseline is just when you already have the piece done, but it's a lot. You see? It's a lot. Okay. I have here the zero waste I already took off 2 days ago. When you get the piece, you still have to clean inside and take the Vaseline the best you can. So using the newspaper, you will get the Vaseline, and it's important because the thing I have to do inside here is adding more paper mache, but the paper mache is going to be with piece of fabric. You see, maybe I will cut bigger piece of fabric, but you make the same thing you did in the top of the face, but inside you add fabric, and you use another glue. You better use this glue. There are another glue, but this is the glue I use. It Helmer glue. What more? So when you think about me this week, think about I'm going to work making 7 layers of the paper mache and working in the paper mache with fabric and cutting the pieces. Try to set up here. Next step here is before we finish, I have to be sure I have to cut this all around. I have to cut, yeah, all this out. And I will be very busy this week. As soon as I finish the video, I'm going to continue. So I make a small cut here. And after cut this edge, I usually give a border because usually when we have to decorate the face, adding different elements, because it's not just painting, also we have to add certain elements. So I like to give and let a little border here around just to attach certain things. So when you here, this is just one example of what I'm going to do. You see here, I already cut. So now I have to also, when I add here the fabric inside, I have to add all the edges. I have to add again paper mache. This is a long process. If you don't like paper mache, I don't think you can survive this process, because you need to find the time and you need to enjoy this process. But at least try. You will be surprised what happens when you are in this process. You can turn the music on. You can put some incense. You can be alone for a little while, and you will find out you are not going to be totally alone. You are going to be with yourself. So this is like a little philosophical explanation of what happened with me. I'm so happy I found finally my passion. It's interesting. I have to move from Chile to Boston to find my passion. It was a long journey, I can say, because sometimes you said I like art, I like, but you are still not into what really want to do. It took a long time and find out. So, but I'm so happy for all the journey. I'm so happy to find our celebration and have a chance to go to a project a little more ambitious in terms of the size. So that opportunity was a challenge for me, but at the same time, if you don't take challenge, you cannot improve yourself. What more? 5 more minutes. Somebody want to say something? Hey, Rosita, how are you? Well, I hope if somebody has question, and if you really want to enjoy again next Saturday from 12 to 1, ask questions so I can recheck the messages and I can answer. So if you feel inspired from this workshop, let me know. That is the thing I really miss right now. It's good to be alone in the studio with myself and thinking about things, but it's super important. Be part of another people is inspired to me. The feedback, another experience, sharing is super important. So that is something I found through all this year working with their celebration. Is something I don't miss. So every year Felicia invited me to enjoy, and I'm here. I'm here for our celebration, for this cause, for many years, and we are here. But not just for our celebration, it's for the community. It's making the people aware about how the things are right now and what we can do. Not just the city, the government, it's just the community. That is super important. So, okay, 3 more minutes. I will continue working in paper mache now. So I wish everybody is at home. Try to don't go outside. Try to find something to do. This is a moment we can do something you couldn't do because you were very busy. I'm still, for example, I really want to update my website because I have many work I never include in the website. So that is something I want to do. Well, this thing, a live stream made me check out my camera, my iPhone, and try to understand a little more how use in the best way a new iPhone, and I'm surprised. So the iPhone, the new one, is better than a camera sometime. Yeah. No, I'm not talking about professional camera, but the camera I can afford. So right now I'm not going to think to buy any camera because I have my iPhone, so I can use my iPhone. Okay, so time flies. I always think, what can I do in 1 hour workshop? But really, the time flies. But I show you all I wanted to show. I'm going to keep busy in 7 layers of this piece, plus break this piece apart and put in the plastic bag. And these 2 pieces, this one, and where is another one? And this one, and this one. What I have to do, I have to cut the edges, I have to clean the Vaseline inside, I have to add the fabric mache inside, and I have to put paper mache on the border. So keeping busy. So what more I have to do? Oh, taking care of my dog. Toki is very sick. He's 17 years old. And I have him from 16 years plus 6 months. I got Turkey when he was 6 months, yes. No, 6 weeks. Oh my God. So my poor turkey is sick. So I have to take care of him. I have to take care of the pieces. And right now is 1 o'clock. Okay, my loves. See you next Saturday, 12 to 1. Adios. Bye. Bye bye.